Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. Before we begin this video, I just want to make sure that you're subscribing to Back on Basics 9985. We are getting close to our 100th video, and so I'll keep on saying that. I do a video every day, and so again, we're getting close to our 100th video. So based on that, hit the notification button so that way you can get notified when new videos come on the YouTube channel. Hit the like button if you like the video. If you like this video, hit the like button. And so, if you have a specific topic, then let me know by putting it in the comment section, and I'll be happy to do so. Otherwise, you can also connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores or on Instagram at Back on Basics. And so there's different avenues, different ways to connect with me, different ways you can ask questions or you can request videos, and I'll be happy to give you my opinion. So today's video is on hope. It's such a very simple topic, but yet it is very powerful because hope is something that is connected to motivation. Hope is something that's connected to believing. Hope is something that's connected to your support system. And so there's many different types of hope, but the one that comes from the self is the one that I'm going to talk about, because it's the one that you're the one who are going to look for it and foster it. So that means you grow it. You grow hope. Why am I saying that? It's because without hope, then we feel down. We feel depressed. We feel like we can't achieve anything. And believe me, there's times where you will feel that way, and that's okay. And so as long as we get back to neutral, you'll be able to foster hope. You'll be able to focus mind and body. You'll be able to move forward instead of backwards. And so hope is very basic, but it's important, because a lot of the times you can't really do a lot of things without hope. I'm hoping that this happens. I'm hoping that other things happen. I'm hoping that I can get a good grade in my class. I'm hoping that, I'll be able to do my best at work. I'm hoping that I can raise our kids the way, so that way they're critical thinkers, so that way they know what they're doing, so that way they have hope. And so, hope, the other aspect is that of your system. And that's what hope is all about as well. As you are fostering your hope, as you're growing it, your support system will actually see that and will provide you with hope. They're going to give you stories. They're going to give you motivational talks. They're going to motivate you to move forward. They're going to praise you for everything that you're doing right now. And again, right now is the key term, because you're not going to get praised for something that you're going to do in the future because it hasn't been completed. You're not in the middle of it. It's still in the front. You may get praised for something that you did in the past, because you have completed that, because you were successful at that. And so hope is also built on successes, no matter how small they are. It's like yesterday's video. If you roll down a pebble down a snowy hill or mountain, at the top the pebble will be tiny, but once it hits at the bottom, as it gains momentum, as the snow starts piling and piling and piling on that pebble, it will have an impact, and you will get to where you want to get to, because the momentum and the impact and the just immense motivation that you'll have will get you through most of the stuff that you want to get through. And so hope is something that you know, we've been instilled since we were kids. I hope that, for me, when I was little, I hope that I'm good, so that way Santa Claus can bring me a Christmas present. I hope that one of the things that I really hoped was when my family and I were in the middle of the Civil War in El Salvador, I hoped that nobody around me would die, or nobody would die, period. I know sometimes it doesn't come 100% true, but a lot of the people that I know and a lot of people that I knew did not did not die. And hope just keeps you going, right? It keeps door, so that way you can do your best that day. Remember the here and now. Don't save your hope for the future. The here and now, because then you'll build on it over and over and over, and then it will become a huge snowball. You have to make sure that you compound, right? The successes after successes after successes. I mean, when you're starting a project, right, you hope to be successful, and you start seeing, how can I get there, right? You start talking to your support system. How can I get there? So little success by little success by little success start compounding more and more and more. And eventually you won't even know when you're halfway. And you'll be like, oh my goodness, look at this. I'm halfway through. Half of it is done. Half of it is coming up. I got this. I got this. And then you keep on going and you build the more successes. Again, you don't have to build on a huge success. You just have to compound little successes and add them all together, so that way they can get bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually they'll get exponentially bigger. Just like these videos in this YouTube channel. I mean, exponentially, it's close to 100 videos. Can you imagine? For years, there were about 16 videos in this channel. And then eventually, I started doing one every day. And so now, again, in a few days, there will be 100. And we'll celebrate the 100 video, because that's a huge goal that I set for myself. I mean, I have lofty goals. I have stretch goals. I have goals that are realistic. Like my weight right now, 213. Can you imagine? I wouldn't imagine me being 213. I thought by this time I would have been 263 or around there, but I'm 213. And I'm getting to the point where I don't have to overexert myself to be successful, because that pebble that started last Thanksgiving when I was 263 has been rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and getting bigger and getting bigger. Momentum has been exponentially multiplying. And guess what? Eventually, in 3 pounds, I will hit my goal, my stretch goal, which is 210. I can't even believe it. Again, I can't believe it, because it started out as a pebble. And there were times where I was up. There were times where I was down. There were times where I almost gave up. There were times that I didn't do anything. But now it has become to the point where my diet is getting different. My exercise is getting different, and it's not as strenuous. I just walk. I just walk for a few miles. I try to walk as much as at work as well, so that way I can get in some more steps. And again, it is compounding and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so, I'm happy and I have hope. And this, I'm actually moving it towards other goals that I'm working on. Because if I'm successful with this, because I've been a fat kid all my life. Believe me, I've been a fat kid all my life. I've been very high, over 200, over like 260 sometimes, over 250 sometimes. But now I'm 213, and I can do this. And this was my biggest hurdle. But it wasn't the way that I looked, it was my health. It was my health. I had COVID and it didn't hit me that hard because I was focusing on my health. I was focusing on walking. I was focusing on dropping the weight. My back doesn't hurt as much as before because the weight in my stomach is not pulling me forward and straining my back. I did not realize that. And some people are going to say, yeah, but you should have known. But I didn't. But now I do. And now things have changed. And now I have hope. And it's been compounding. And it's exponentially bigger. And so, again, hope is very important in our lives because it drives us forward. It drives us forward. So, hope. Keep it up. Bring your support system so that way they can provide you with some as well. Encouragement. Ideas on how to keep on going. Remember, small victories count. Tiny victories count because eventually they will add up and you will be successful and you will reach your goal. So, until next time, back on basics. Carlos Flores, back on basics 9985. Make sure that you're compounding your action, that you're compounding your hope, because hope and action and mind-body balance makes you unstoppable. Back on basics.